I'm Sister Ann Xavier.
Damien Gaffredo, SSJ.
I'm Dorothy Quinn, and I entered in 1940, and I happen to be 94 years old now.
My ministry over the years has been the education of children. Every kind, every number, every shape, form, every need.
My lifelong ministry really has been teaching and working with students, particularly in mathematics.
I was a home health aide, and anyway, I had, some of the poorest people, and they are so dear, and there was one lady who lived in the basement of an old church, and she had rats and mice, so she had a cat, and she loved that cat. And anyway, I had to clean her house, get her lunch, give her a bath, change her bed, and when I was doing the housework, she said, "Well, hurry up and do that so we can play Scrabble."
I had a big job, really. I was president of St. Bernard's School of Theology and Ministry for about 21 years, and then it was really time for me to move on from that and free the school up and free myself up. So I retired from the position.
And what do you do after you retire?
It's not like I retired and then, as my parents did when they became 62 and moved to Florida. That's not what sisters do at all.
During the winter, I paint at the mother house, bedrooms, hallways, whatever needs to be painted or fixed. And I do the grounds during the summer.
Then I looked for other opportunities to engage in ministry. The big difference was I got a salary when I worked for St. Bernard's, and now I'm doing, I think, meaningful ministry, but I'm not deriving the salary from it. The congregation.
Through the years, we've always been self-supporting, and our sisters earned salaries that kept us independent. As time has gone on, we are less able, and our numbers are diminishing, and our ability to earn salaries has declined.
In the past, there really wasn't a lot of financial remuneration for sisters working. They taught in all kinds of schools, did all kinds of high-level things, but received very minimal salary. So now we're left with sisters who are elderly and without retirement plans. So we rely really on people like our wonderful donors to help us make up the difference.
Between 15 and 20% of our annual revenue comes from our dear friends. We are deeply grateful for that, and we are dependent on that. I was thinking back to my own childhood and how did I want to help others? And I can remember the sisters in my classroom would say, you can't go to the missions yourself, but if you give money, you can help the missionaries do their work and help them bring God to the people who need to hear that good news.
We often say to each other, what would we do without our faith? What would we do without our belief that we're accompanying someone to something so much better? What would we do without believing that in our core, even when someone is really suffering, to be able to stay with them, to be able to sit with them through it, to not hurry it, but to not delay it.
Inside this house, the beautiful way that sisters care for each other, even kind words, even just being with someone, sitting with them, reading to them, writing a letter for someone else, that is exquisite companionship and accompanying people in this journey called life, even as it edges out toward the final journey to God.
There is sadness, there's deep sadness when someone dies that we love dearly, just like any human being.
But then you grow and you have the ups and downs and troubles and then you think everything's going against you, and then you have to work yourself up. It's like swimming. You're down at the bottom and you have to swim up to the top to see the sunlight. Give as he gave you, who gave you to give.